Alright, so welcome back guys, or welcome to this your first time here. I'm Vision here with Blind Entertainment, bringing you guys another video. Today I'm going to be talking about some new promo pics that we got for The Walking Dead, episodes 9, 10, 11, and I think 12 as well. So if The Walking Dead is something you're interested in, don't forget to subscribe down below and hit that bell icon. That way you don't miss any more Walking Dead content from me in the future. Now let's begin. So first off, we're going to start talking about some pics that were released earlier this week, having to do with episode 9. So first off, we got this pic here of Luke and Alden on horseback. Probably just, in my opinion, either scavenging or just doing patrols. Next here, we got this photo of Michonne on the bridge, and you got what I presume is 2 Whisperers approaching her. This pretty much lines up with some of the stuff we've seen in the promo pics, where we saw another walker go up to attack her and she kills it, or Whisperer. And I think that's pretty much what's going on here. It's just pretty much the same. She's just here at a bridge. These Whisperers are going out to attack her like that other one, and she's going to defend them off. Not much else to go off of there. Next, we got this shot of Daryl here. This is also at the bridge, I believe, because it looks like it's in that same area in that other like teaser trailer for the Whispers and the Screams one, where you see that one guy that I said looked like Simon come out and pull a little sword or whatever it is out of his sleeve. It looks exactly like that same area, so I believe this is also at the bridge. Maybe Daryl's on one side of the bridge and Michonne's on the other side to, control the Whispers or walkers. Now next, we got this shot of Negan. Now this is an interesting one, because we know Negan got out of his cell. But first off, what's he doing with the shovel? And 2, what's he doing out in Alexandria, just walking around? That seems a little questionable. I'm curious to see what they do with him right now. Will he stay in his cell? Could this be more scenes from the future? But I'm not sure. This is a questionable one here. Next, we got this shot here of our group, what I presume coming up upon the bridge, because you can see they're all on horseback, and you got Aaron pulling the horse there. Not much else to go off. I think they're approaching the bridge here, and they're about to be attacked by some Whisperers or walkers. And then you got this pretty much the same shot here. This time you got Daryl in the shot as well with his dog. Again, gonna predict they're gonna be approaching the bridge, and that's when some Whisperers from the graveyard, or a new patch of Whisperers, show up to attack, including Lydia, and that's where they confront her and kidnap her. Last, we got this photo of Judith. Now, Judith has become one of my new favorite characters. The actress who plays her is hitting it out of the ballpark, in my opinion, better than Chandler Riggs ever did with Carl. No offense to anybody who likes Carl or Chandler Riggs. I just find her a lot more interesting, and I like the actress a lot better. Now, moving into the newest pictures that were released a few hours ago, we got Daryl here, standing at the gates of the graveyard. Not much to go off here. We know, due to the leaked opening minutes, that they only spend about a minute, maybe 2 minutes here in the episode, which is kind of disappointing, but not much else to go off here. He's just standing there. Next here, we got a shot of Michonne attacking either a Whisperer or a walker. I think it's just a walker. I can't really tell. Not much else to go off of there. Just a simple kind of shot. Nice action shot, though. Excited to see her back in action in the second half. Next, moving forward, we got a shot here of Henry in the jail cell. Now, this is most likely when they bring Lydia in for questioning, or this could be when they are, or just him talking to Lydia after they bring her in. There's multiple different things that this could be. Next, we got a shot here of Daryl walking down the steps of the Hilltop jail cell, which is very cool. For my prediction here, this is probably where Daryl goes down to interrogate Lydia and ask her questions. In the trailer we heard her talk about, you're more like us than them, and you don't want to know where my mom is. So this is most likely kind of connected to those scenes. This is probably where he's interrogating her. Moving on, next we got a shot here of Magna on her horse. Now this is most likely prior to their run-in with Lydia's group on the bridge, due to the fact that she's alone on her horse. In other photos, we see her and Yumiko on a horse together, but since she's alone, I'm presuming this is prior to the run-in with the Whisperers and Lydia. Next here, we do get a shot, though, of them both on horseback. Again, I believe this is after their run-in with Lydia. They probably have Yumiko give up her horse, and they place bound Lydia on Yumiko's horse, and that's why they're sharing a horse together. Next, we got a shot here of Eugene looking all dirty and beaten up. I actually kind of like this photo of Eugene. It's pretty cool, different. It's just showing the trouble that they've been in overnight and how beaten up he's been in due to everything that's happened to him. So I really kind of like this photo. It's a different kind of look for Eugene. I don't think he'll keep it, but it's just something cool to see Eugene looking a little more grubbier than usual than he has in the past. Next, we got a shot of Aaron, and in the background you can see Magna on a horse. I think there's Yumiko behind her. I'm not sure. If Yumiko's behind her, this is when they get back to Hilltop, in my opinion. Or it could be them arriving at the bridge. I'm 50-50 on that. Next, here we got a shot of Daryl. Like I said earlier, I believe this is him on the other side of the bridge, where Michonne's on the other side of the bridge. They're probably trying to control the walkers or whisperers and just try to figure out an easy way to deal with them. Then we got a shot here of Tara. This is either when she receives the news of Jesus' death, or this could be at the funeral for Jesus. It's kind of a vague shot. You can kind of see people standing around behind her, but this could just be them right when they come back, or it could be at the funeral. I presume since she was like his second in command, she'll probably give a speech at the funeral. I do not believe she'll be the new leader. I made a whole other video on that if you want to check that out. But I do think that's what this is. Then we got a shot of Tammy, Rose, and Birdie confronting Tara. Now, I know people are going to immediately think that this is they're starting trouble. This is definitely not Ken, like related to Ken's death, because, you know, that's been 6 years ago. That's kind of long past. But it's probably people worried and concerned hearing about the new threat. You know, they got their fields outside of Hilltop, so they're worried about their own safety while planting. So that probably is going to play into a big role of, like, are they safe? And then you got them standing around. This could also go into that scene. You got Tammy there. But I'm predicting this more like the funeral to Jesus, because you got them all standing there kind of looking a little bit sad. And it kind of looks more like the graveyard area compared to that previous area we saw him at. So I think this is probably going to be the funeral for Jesus in the premiere episode. Next, we got a shot of Negan just standing against a tree in Alexandria. Like I said earlier, I'm not sure what they're doing with him. I feel like this could be him contemplating what to do. Maybe he gets dressed up like Rick and wanders around, but then decides to go back in his jail cell. I don't know. It's something similar to that, maybe. I'm not totally sure. Next, we got a shot of Luke and Alden. Again, I said they're probably going out on a run. It looks like they're collecting some kind of arrows. Maybe I think this could be a setup used by the Whispers to maybe capture them to use in the trade against Lydia. They're probably leading them into a trap, in my opinion. Not much else to go off of there. They're just kind of just standing there with the arrows. But I think they're probably walking into a trap set up by the Whispers, in my opinion. Next, here we got another shot of Luke and Alden, or I think it's actually just Alden, and he's probably securing his horse. He probably sees another arrow in a tree. We saw that in a shot of the trailer a few weeks ago. So I think he probably sees something. He's probably securing his horse. I'm going to go check it out and investigate what's going on. Maybe since they find arrows, they think Yumiko's in trouble. And that's why he's securing his horse. He wants to be prepared. I just feel like they're going to end up in a trap. And that's how they end up with Alpha's group. Next, we got a shot of Luke picking up an actual arrow out of a tree. Again, going back to the whole walking into a trap thing. Not much else to go off of here. This is about where they'll run into Alpha and she'll say, "Don't move." Not much else to go off of there. Then you got a shot here of Luke probably going to get the arrow, and then you got Alden on the horse. He's probably going to get off and secure the horse, and then they go and get the arrow. And that's probably when Alpha shows up and says, "Don't move." That's probably, I think that all these pictures kind of connect in that way. Not much else to go out of here. Pretty standard photo here. Next, we got some episode 10 shots here. We got this shot we've seen before of the group looking over the hilltop gates. Not much to go off of there. It's probably the Whispers arriving at the gates. Not much else to go off of there. Next here, we got a shot of Magna and her group at night, probably looking for Luke. Not much else to go off of there. I'm just assuming they're just probably exploring, maybe looking for Luke. They're worried he probably went out for, he went out for the run. That he hasn't come back, so they're probably nervous and don't totally trust these new people yet. So they're probably going out and look for him on their own. Not much else to go off of there. Next, we got a shot of King Ezekiel and his group going out on a run is what I'm predicting. I'm predicting they're going to go out on a run. Probably needing supplies for a fair that's going to be happening in the later half of the season. So I'm predicting they're just going to be going out on a run. Not much else to go off of there. Just them going out on a run and heading out into the city. Next, we got a shot at them at some place. I really like the atmosphere in this photo of how atmospheric it looks and how gritty the area it looks. It's a really cool photo. Just interested to see what they're actually going to get. Then we got a shot of walkers in a department store. Not much else where to go over there. It's just a bunch of walkers. Maybe our Kingdom group run into some Whispers. Remember, Carol left prior to their return, so she just thinks Eugene was in trouble. But so they don't know about the Whispers yet. Maybe they run into some trouble with the Whispers here. I think that'd be an interesting thing to have happen. Then you got a shot here of Daryl at the hilltop. I'm predicting this is where he sees the arrival of Alpha and them, and he's going down to talk to Alpha like they did in the comics of Maggie. Not much else to go off of there. It's just him kind of standing there. But I'm predicting he's probably going to go down and talk to Alpha like we've seen in the trailer. Then we got a pic of just a group standing by the gates of Hilltop. This is probably them negotiating with Alpha. You can see Enid's there. She kind of looks sad, so she's probably looking at Alden, who's been captured. Not much really else to go off of there. I'm just predicting this is probably the negotiations between the two and where they return Lydia to the Whispers. Moving on into episode 12, we got a shot here of Michonne. Now, I think this is her confronting maybe Negan in the prison. Not much else really to go off of there. It's kind of a dark room, but it looks like Negan's prison. That's why I'm kind of predicting he stays at the prison instead of running off to the sanctuary. Maybe that's like a hallucination he has or something. I don't know. But I just don't buy that he's going to leave exactly yet. Then we got a shot of Gabriel and Eugene talking. It's kind of vague on what's going on here. He's probably reporting back. Gabriel's on the council. Maybe Michonne's still at the hilltop and he's reporting back to Gabriel, who's on the council, so that they kind of have a sense of what's going on. Then we got another shot of him holding something. Maybe he's got some kind of plans to expand or something like that. Maybe, I don't know. There's very vague stuff of him in this photo, so you can't really make too many big predictions off the episode. But I'm just predicting he's kind of going back, reporting back of what happened and just letting the council know what's going on with our group at the moment. Last, we got some shots here of King Ezekiel and Carol. Now, my prediction here is they're meeting with their people and going over their plans for the fair. My prediction is the fair probably starts in episode 14 or 15. So they're probably going over, what they've got done and what they still got left to do. Maybe they're meeting with some delegations from Oceanside and some of the other communities. And that's what's going on here. Here you got Carol, who receives some kind of letter. So maybe it's a letter informing them that Alexandria has decided to come to the fair. Not much really else to go off of there. So yeah, guys, those are my quick thoughts and opinions and some predictions for the new promos we got for the upcoming episodes for the second half of The Walking Dead. As always, if you liked this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up and share. And don't forget to subscribe down below and hit that bell icon. That way you don't miss any more Walking Dead content from me in the future. This has been Vision here with Blind Entertainment, and I'll see you next time.